Hey guys, today we're reviewing Spartacus. Okay, this show, it's not a movie, so movie time review, it's a lie. This is a Stars special series. Most of you know that Stars, HBO, those types of channels, they're special channels, and they have special privileges to, they can do pretty much anything they freaking want in their movies, shows, series. This is, Season 1 of Spartacus, Sand and Blood. It's a very good show. The acting is pretty good. It's, it can be expected in TV shows to have not so good acting. They're fairly decent. Problem. I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna tell you something that everyone needs to know. This show has some of the most sexual things I've ever seen. We have a big screen and a computer right next to it. So I'm sitting at the computer kind of half listening and I look over, boom, penis in my face. Okay? This show has so much penis, vagina, bush, boobs, literal sex. There is actual sex, and if you look closely enough, you can actually see that there's actual penetration. They're having sex in this show, and lots of it. So kids, do not be watching this show. I legally shouldn't be, but it's amazing. So now that we got that out of the way, again, it's a great show. The acting's pretty good. One problem I had with it is the effects, the blood. They go super overboard. Like in the arena during the fights, there is parts where they just hit someone in the head and boom, an explosion of blood, and it's like, no, that wouldn't happen. You could stab someone in the fucking heart and that would not happen. So that is kind of a turnoff for me, but it's not so focused on action that you can't enjoy it. It is a very story-driven show. It is a very good story. Not going to give it away. I'm going to give you a little tidbit here that it is most of you should know that Spartacus is known as the slave rebellion leader. He was a gladiator who was taken from the Roman legions. He's a Thracian, and he was taken to a gladiator school called a ludus, and later led a slave rebellion that nearly brought the Republic to its knees. This was shortly before Caesar. You should all know about that, or you're losers. But that's just my thing. So that's the background, and it's a great show. One final thing I really wanted to touch on is how real they made this scene. They really made it. They really made the beginning of the Republic really come to life. What I mean by that is they made the way the people acted, the way the cities looked during the Roman period. They made it all look very real. The soldiers, all the weapons were very realistic. Their fighting styles also very realistic. The way people behaved, they all, people were violent. They were obsessed with sex, drinking. They wanted the gladiators to kill regardless. That was a big problem for Spartacus. He didn't want to have to kill people that he trained with, that he loved as brothers. I don't want to give anything away, but you will see a lot of hard times for this man. And that kind of builds up to this rebellion, which thus far has not happened. So I'm not giving anything away saying there's a rebellion with the slaves or anything, because this is all the beginning. They're making season 2 right now. It's all good. So yes, they made everything very realistic in the way that everyone behaves, and that definitely gets probably an A. Not an A+, but an A, because it's very, very realistic. Okay, so this movie has some very good actors and actresses, as I pointed out, and a lot of willing young women who are ready to strip completely naked in the attempt to make a couple bucks. Andy Whitfield, the man himself, Spartacus, amazing. He's a good actor. He's freaking ripped. I want to look like this man. John Hannah, the reason I watched this show is because John Hannah, the brother Jonathan from the movie The Mummy, who is hilarious. I watched that for him, and this is a completely different role for him. He's very serious. He acts very smart. He reads his lines very well. He makes it sound very real. That is a very good asset for any actor, actress, whatever. And there's Peter Mensa. He's also a very good actor. And our lady in blue, as I call her, Lucy Lawless. She is the main female actress in this movie. There are a few of them, but she is the most important. So when combined with the acting, the actor's choice, the sex, violence, the realism of this show, minus the overdone blood effects, this is a very good show. I'd probably give it a high B plus. I wouldn't give it an A minus simply because of the effects being so out there. The acting is amazing, the story is amazing, but that does take a lot from it. They should have done it much more realistically. For instance, stabbing, they did very poorly. Like, you can actually see the blade moving because it's not actually in the scene. It doesn't look like it's actually going into somebody's body. It looks like it's kind of hanging there. So that's another downfall. So if we went to a percentage, I'd probably give it like an 89%, very high B plus, not quite an A minus. Okay, so that's been my review of Spartacus, Sand and Blood. I don't want to elaborate too much on the show because it's so story driven that if I give it away to you, you're going to get pissed at me. So that's why I'm just rating it. You're going to get a B plus, high B plus, and so yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Check out my other two channels, World 5 Away, that's all one word, and Sticks 2795. Please subscribe. Please comment with your thoughts. I love when people comment and message me. I got asked to do a review of someone's private video, I guess, whatever you want to call it. I love messages. Makes me feel important. Makes me feel loved. So message me. Give me comments. Subscribe. Friend request. Everything. Okay, later.